teachers, students, students, teachers, students, and students, teachers, teachers, and parents too. So we want to be a center of compassion. We want to be kind to each other. We need to understand that everybody is going through something at any particular time, and we need to be understanding. We need to be warm. We need to be friendly towards each other, and we need to be supportive. And kindness is important these days. And unity. Again, we want to be a united school. We are a diverse school. We have a lot of different students from a lot of different countries, different cultures. And the one thing that brings us together is our school. So we want to rally around our school, and we want to be together. If you have any questions, parents, please use the chat box in the bottom. Ms. Pico, Ms. McKay, and Mr. Valdez are going to be monitoring the chat. And at the end of the presentation, we're going to take your questions, comments, concerns, and ideas. My hope this morning is that you get a better sense of what to expect before the first day of school, so you feel a little more comfortable when the beginning of the school comes. So that is my intent. We'll see how it goes. Our sixth grade team leader this year and counselor will be Ms. Bresky. Ms. Bresky's responsibility is to schedule parent conferences, to keep academic counseling, to keep our sixth grade students on task, make sure that they have the classes that they need, and everything and all things sixth grade will go through Ms. Bresky as a counselor. You can see Ms. Bresky's email at the bottom. We do encourage parents to use email whenever possible. That is the best form of communication for all of us. We access our emails 24/7. My phone is always on me, and I am constantly checking my email. So email is a very, very good source and our primary choice of communications. And this year, we're going to be using student emails as a primary source of communication. So please, if you have to communicate with anyone here, again, we strongly encourage you to use the emails. And in our website, there is a staff directory that you can send individual teachers an email, or if you can't get a hold of a teacher or an employee and you've tried several times, you can always email me and I will make sure that they do get your message. The seventh grade team leader, because this is a sixth grade and new student orientation, and we may have some new students that are starting with us in the seventh grade, we wanted to introduce Ms. Rachel Williams. Ms. Rachel Williams is a civics teacher, and she's also the lead teacher for our criminal justice magnet program. So if your child is in the criminal justice program, Ms. Williams is the lead teacher for them. And Ms. Williams's email is at the bottom. The leader of the Equipo Grado Ocho, the eighth grade team leader, is Ms. Snow. She will be responsible for scheduling parent conferences, communication with eighth grade information with students. She will be coordinating the eighth grade field trip and the eighth grade junior prom. Yes, you heard correctly. We are hoping, we're praying that this year will be a normal year to the best of everybody's possibility. We are hoping that we are able to do our eighth grade prom. We're hoping that this year we can do our eighth grade field trip and sixth grade field trip and seventh grade field trip, along with an eighth grade graduation. This year we will be having, if everything goes the way we hope it does, we're hoping to have a graduation for our eighth graders as they get to be promoted to the ninth grade. So that is forthcoming. Okay, so first day of school, what happens? Okay, we have two entries for students. If you see my mouse and you see the yellow lines on the top right-hand corner, this is the drop-off for students with special needs. Only students with special needs that have their parents dropped off, and those parents know already who they are, can access this parking. This is the employee parking. As you can see, they will drive up to the building over here, building number 4. They will drop their students off and then exit. This is a bus loop right here that only students that ride the Dade County Public Schools buses come in. All other students They will come in through the southwest entrance. That is the entrance down here at the bottom with a red arrow by the basketball courts. The parents come in this loop, drop the students off, and they leave. Okay, all students in the morning will be in this area right here, supervised, and active supervision begins at 8 o'clock in the morning, parents. If your students are coming for breakfast, breakfast begins at 8:30. Active supervision begins at 8. All students, when entering the building, they get to go to two places, either the cafeteria for breakfast, or they will be coming over here in the general area, which are the basketball courts and the PE field. This area, students mingle with one another, they socialize, and they are just supervised until school begins at 9:10. Which brings me to the bell schedule. First period and homeroom begins at 9:10. Students must be sitting down at 9:10. Classes begin at 9:10. They are not going to the bathroom at 9:10. They are not going to the office to get their attendance admit at 9:10. At 9:10, we're open for business. At 9:10, school begins. The learning begins. The teaching begins. So parents, please make every effort to make sure that your child is on time by 9:10. We also have a 5-minute block in homeroom for announcements, the Pledge of Allegiance, and any school business that we might have to communicate with our students. And then the students will have 5 minutes to pass from first to second period. As you can see, our periods are 50 minutes each. We do have 6 periods each day. So your child will see each teacher every single day, which is different from last year where we had block schedule, and your students, your kids saw your teachers every other day, 3 teachers per day. This year we're going back. We are on what's called a straight 6 schedule. So that means that the students see their teachers every single day. Lunches begin at 11:05 and they run for a period of 2 hours. So we have to feed 1,000 kids in a 2-hour period. So as you can imagine, it is quick. They need to come in. So we get them in and out in 2 hours, and then they move to their 4th period, 5th, and 6th. They have 5 minutes in between each classes. Now, the first week or two, we will be flexible because we have a lot of students and they are learning the building and they're learning their schedule. So please be aware that we will be very laid back as far as timing, and the students will be given the opportunity to get familiar and to be comfortable with the school and the map and the bell schedule before we start tightening up. It is critical that we do tighten up, parents, because students need to be disciplined and they need to be responsible for being where they're supposed to be. For students that are coming in as 6th graders, this is the first time that they will receive a lot of freedom and a lot of responsibility to get to class on time by themselves. We do not line them up in a single file like they do in elementary. We want to show that we are trusting them to be responsible. So it'll be on them, but we will give them that grace period of about a week, week and a half to get familiar with the building, to get familiar with the schedule, and then start getting to class on time. No excuses ever for being late. Breakfast does begin at 8:30, and breakfast is free for every student. Breakfast is free for every student, and it starts at 8:30 in the cafeteria. Uniforms. Okay, one of the questions that I've been getting a lot this summer, I get phone calls, I get emails, is the mask. What is the mask mandate? What are your school options? It is not what the school says, parents. It is what the district dictates that we do. Right now, our superintendent is meeting with the cabinet and our school board members, and they have a team of healthcare professionals that advises our superintendent, and our superintendent along with the board, will make a final decision on masks. However, we strongly encourage the use of face masks. We strongly encourage the use of face masks on a daily basis, okay? And we ask, especially if there's a student or a professional or an adult in this building that is maybe experiencing some cold symptoms or flu-like symptoms, to please cover their face. I think that masks, to a certain degree, are here to stay for the foreseeable future. We're going to encourage everybody to take care of themselves and take care of their peers and everybody around them by being responsible. So that is the narrative for face coverings as of today. This may change by the time the school starts. So please, again, I encourage you to monitor television, the news, and any correspondence from the school to make sure we have over 5,000 masks in the building. So there will never be a shortage of masks in the building. We will offer any student that comes to school without a mask, we will offer them a mask every day without question. So please be at ease knowing that we are prepared to provide students with masks. We have plenty of masks and hand sanitizer to last us the entire year at this very point. Okay, so uniforms, again, we are a uniform school. We wear polo shirts. That means our shirts must have a collar and sleeves. Our main polo colors are black, white, or red. We have two magnet programs here, the Coast and the Criminal Justice. The Coast polos are teal and the Criminal Justice polos are blue this year. And there'll be more information about that later on. And we will be selling those polos. If you haven't already done so, parents, our Coast program is sponsoring the polo sale, and I'll place a link at the chat room in a little bit so you can order. If you haven't bought your polos yet, these are very high quality, dry fit polos. Very nice. They are nice, and they are very, very cool. And I mean cool as in they're not hot t-shirts. They're not going to make our kids sweat. So we encourage you to please support our Coast team and our Coast program by purchasing at least one polo from us to help generate funds. Pants must be worn at the waist and fit properly. We don't sag at Cutler Bay. We haven't had a problem with saggy pants at Cutler Bay, thanks to our students and our parents supporting that. We have learned and we have realized that our parents don't want our students to be saggy. They want those pants to be up at the waist with belt, if possible, and correct fitting. We don't want too tight and we don't want too loose. We want the proper fit for our pants and always around the waist. Now, our students can wear shorts. If they're going to be wearing shorts, they must be closer to the knee than the hip. And again, we don't have any problems with shorts and the length of shorts. So please, the pants can be khaki or black. There are some opportunities on certain Fridays when we will allow students to wear jeans. We will send out reminders. We will send out emails to notify you so you know when they are able to wear jeans on a specific Friday. And these are usually fundraisers. We ask for a donation for our programs. What I like to do is throughout the year, we'll have a jeans day, for example, for the criminal justice to generate funds. We will have a jeans day for our PTA. We will have a jeans day for our Coast. So if there's a club that wants to do a fundraiser, I will allow a jeans day on a Friday as a special treat for our students. They like to wear their jeans. They like to show off their cool jeans to their friends. So those will be Fridays. And again, we will advise you and announce when the jeans day are. Okay. Physical education uniforms. Physical education uniforms are not allowed in school. Okay. Physical education uniforms are for physical education. Unless something happens to a student's uniform pants, then maybe they will be allowed to wear their PE shorts for the remainder of the day. But students are not allowed to be in PE uniforms in the building, only when it's physical education. And when we do allow to wear jeans, jeans may never be ripped. Some students have ripped jeans that only have a minor rip at the knee, and I get it, and I know it's cool, and I know it's hip, but some students take advantage of that, and then they will bring jeans with rips that are not at the knee, and they're a little higher, and they're a little more closer to areas that they shouldn't be. So to avoid any situation like that, we do not allow any ripped jeans in school ever. Some other things that we do not allow are Crocs. We do not allow Crocs in school, slides, Scullies, ever. Those three things are not allowed in school ever. Okay, and these are samples of the Warrior shirts that we will be selling this year. They are, again, they are dry fit. They are very nice. They will retain their color, and they are embroidered. So it's a high quality polo that we're going to be making available. Mr. Valdez, if you're here, can you unmute yourself and tell us what the cost of the polos is going to be?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Valdez. The polos are $20 a piece, and the hoodies, I'm not sure if Mr. Rodriguez has brought this up yet, but that would be $30 a piece. Also, our activity shirts, grade level t-shirts, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, are $10 a piece. And yes, parents, polos are mandatory, and I do highly recommend you guys purchase the activity shirts, because when those grade level field trips start taking place, your child must be in that particular t-shirt. So when you guys get the link to the website, go ahead and make your purchases. And also, parents, be aware that there is no refunds and no exchanges on these policies. What you get is what you're going to get. So be very mindful of the sizing that you are selecting. That's it, Mr. Rodriguez, until you bring up the other stuff.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Again, parents, these are high quality. We are allowing students to wear hoodies at the school. So let me touch on hoodies right now. Hoodies aren't a problem until they are a problem. Hoodies these days, it is what it is. You've seen our kids out and about, 95-degree weather, wearing hoodies. I don't get it. None of the adults get it, but they can do it. So again, we allow hoodies. Some of our students do walk to school at certain times when it's cold, and it will get cold at certain times of the year. So we understand that parents want their students, their kids, to be able to have a good heavy hoodie on so they can cover and take care of themselves. And again, that is not a problem. But if and when an adult asks a student to remove their hoodie in class, and they are supposed to have their hoodie down in class, they need to take it off. No questions asked. If that becomes a problem in the classroom, then the hoodie does become a problem. So we really don't have a problem with hoodies, but I need to say that just to get it out of the way. And this is the link that we're going to put. I'm going to see, we're going to try and put it on. Mr. Valdez, can you put it on the chat room if you have an opportunity?
And I'm actually going to change that link, because that looks like it's the SharePoint link for Dade schools, and a lot of parents won't be able to access it. Okay, I'll share the direct link right now.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Valdez. And again, it's all online orders, parents. We don't have stock here. So it is an order. When you order it, we send it to the manufacturer, and it gets done, and it'll be delivered to your child here at the school. So they will get the item that you purchase. Okay, cell phone, electronics. We understand that every student, probably in 6th grade, has a cell phone, and it is a valuable tool because you parents need to stay in touch with them. And we do not have a problem with that. We encourage that. We encourage that you keep tabs on your kids. Okay, now they need to be responsible with the cell phones. That means it has to be put away during class time. They can have it on vibrate. They can check their messages periodically as long as it doesn't become a problem or a distraction. I would ask parents that if you text your child, please be mindful that they're in class and have a conversation with them about protocols and using cell phones. Most teachers, 99.9% of my teachers, will give the student 1 to 3 to 5 warnings to put their cell phone away before they draw the line and take it away. Once that line is drawn and a student crosses it, the teacher will take the phone away, and I will support that teacher 100%. When the cell phone comes to an administrator, the administrator will have the authority to hold the phone until a parent picks up, or they may decide to give the student back their cell phone at the end of the day. If there were no issues and the student surrendered the cell phone without incident to the teacher, they'll get that phone back at the end of the day. We do not want to inconvenience you with having to pick up the phone and coming to school. However, if it does become, it does get a little out of hand with the cell phones, and the teacher does have to stop instruction to address the issue, and the student does not comply, then at that point, we will have to inconvenience you, the parent, to come pick up the phone and have a conversation with an administrator. And there may be some disciplinary consequences followed up. So please, before school starts, have a good conversation regarding cell phones, okay? Unless the teacher tells the student, take out that cell phone, we're gonna use it. And it's really not gonna happen because every student at Cutler Bay has or will receive a free iPad with a data plan, and that's the tool of preference that we'll be using. There really is no need to use a cell phone. But again, they have to be responsible. Curriculum. We are a public school and we follow the Sunshine State standards, and we implement the curriculum at all grade levels in all core areas. We do have Cambridge strategies in the school that are implemented across every grade level in every core subject area. And we also have the Cambridge advanced classes for our students in the gifted and advanced classes, okay? All students in the school receive and benefit from the Cambridge strategies free of charge, okay? Students that participate in some of the advanced and gifted classes will have an opportunity to participate in the computer technology classes, and they will get the Microsystems Office Suite license and also Python this year. So students in the advanced classes and other classes will have opportunities to participate in some very, very high level classes. We also have algebra, geometry, physical science, biology, and Spanish 1 offered here at Cutler Bay at the 7th and 8th grade levels. So parents, if you are a parent that knows that your child in high school is going to be pursuing a magnet program, they need to perform well academically so they can qualify for these high school level classes, which are algebra, the ones I just said. Once they get those, they will be academically eligible to apply for the magnet school, such as Cutler Bay Seniors Coast Program, South Ridge Criminal Justice, Robert Morgan Nursing, Coral Reef. All the schools in the area that have specialized magnet programs have specific requirements. And believe it or not, it is not too early to start thinking about high school now as a 6th grader. I know what you're thinking. Mr. Rodriguez, please, let us get past the first day of school before we start thinking of high school. I get it, but you got to be forward thinking, folks. Okay, like I said, we are a proud Cambridge magnet school, Cambridge school actually, and we do have a lot of Cambridge strategies infused throughout all classes, okay? And again, Cambridge classes are higher level thinking, higher level engagement. So students that participate in these Cambridge classes, they need to be the top quality and always give forth their best effort. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mr. Valdez. Cutler Bay is one of 8 schools right now in Olive County that are part of the VILS. And the VILS is the Verizon Innovative Learning Schools grant. And that gives every student and teacher an iPad with a free data plan. So if you are the parent of the 6th grade student, you will have access to this amazing program. And I'm turning the microphone over to Mr. Valdez to finish us off.
Yeah, good morning again, parents. It's Mr. Valdez. I am the Verizon lead teacher here at Cutler Bay Middle School, so I want to welcome everybody. So what is Verizon Innovative Learning? Verizon Innovative Learning offers free technology, free internet access, and hands-on learning experience to help benefit your child's academic needs. More so than just a digital device, we want your students to be comfortable with technology, comfortable using technology, and actually excel in this platform. So more so than just a substitution level where the kids are going to just watch a video on this device, we also want to get them forward thinking, innovative thinking, doing cool project-based learning activities. And this extends far beyond just the classroom. We want to encourage our students and parents to use these devices 24/7, even on the weekends. One of the great features of it, it does have a data plan. So parents, even if you are taking a trip on the turnpike to Orlando with your kids, guess what? Your child can still do their homework. They can still do their research. They can still have access to the internet. So that's a little brief, quick overview of Verizon Innovative Learning. There will be a lot more information coming out over the next couple of weeks, especially that first week of school, pertaining to how your child is going to get a device. What are the steps, things that you need to get done in order for your child to receive this device? So parents, just want to give you a heads up. There is a student orientation and a parent orientation that you are all going to have to be exposed to. These orientations do take about 30 to 45 minutes, but we will definitely let you know well in advance what those orientations dates are and times, so you guys can be well prepared for this. But again, I'm Mr. Valdez, Verizon Innovative Learning Schools lead teacher here at Cutler Bay Middle School. If you have any questions regarding the Verizon initiatives and the iPads and so on and so forth, you can reach me at christophervaldez@dadeschools.net. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you. Now, we also have the luxury of being part of the Perkins Lego grant. And I'm going to let Ms. Pico, our assistant principal of curriculum, jump in and tell you a little bit about what Lego is and what it means to us, and why, if your child is not enrolled in this, you may want to think about getting your child enrolled in this. Ms. Pico?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this beautiful orientation that we have prepared for you. The Perkins Lego grant, we were proud recipients of a grant by not the Florida Department of Education, but by the U.S. Department of Education. They chose us among so many different middle schools in the nation to actually see how this program works. It started 3 years ago. This year will be the culmination for the 8th graders, but we're picking up more students as we speak because we have been very successful despite of the pandemic. And what this entails is a 3-year program. When they start in 6th grade, they started with the Legos, and we have an extensive amount of Legos. From the Legos in 7th grade, they go to robotics, Minecrafting, and by the 8th grade, they might be taking the Python coding course, and there will be an MTA certification for those students. This is usually done at a high school level, but we are providing this to our students, and the U.S. Department of Education wants to see how this impacts the workforce as the students move on to high school and they graduate from high school and going into college. I think this is a vital program that we're having here. And again, we're very proud because nobody else has it. If you have any question, you feel free to contact me at any time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pico. Again, another great program at Cutler Bay. So now we're going to get into the Microsoft Academy. This is, again, one of the few middle schools that has this opportunity. The students that participate in this get the Microsoft Suite certification, and they learn how to use PowerPoint, Word, Excel, and documents like that. They are so important in today's workforce, and they learn it at a middle school level. This is phenomenal. I have an eight-year-old daughter at home, and I would love for her to participate in something like this. So if you have a child, give this some thought too. magnet programs. We have two amazing magnet programs. If you are not in one of those programs, but you want to get your son or daughter into these programs, and we strongly encourage it, we're going to give you some information right now. These are programs that we are very, very proud of. They are high performing programs, and the top students at Cutler Bay attend these programs. So if you want the best possibilities and opportunities for your kids, strongly consider these magnet programs that we have. Ms. Naranjo Vargas is our magnet lead teacher. She is not here. She's on vacation, a well-earned vacation, and that's her contact information. You can reach her at any time, email her. If you have questions, you want to know more about each program, you want to know what are the requirements to get in, Ms. Naranjo Vargas will work with you hand in hand to see if your child qualifies, and if they do, we will get them in as soon as possible. So what are these programs about? The COAST. The COAST is the Oceanic Academy of Science and Technology, okay? And we just happen to have Mr. Valdez, who was the lead teacher for our COAST, here with us. Mr. Valdez, would you like to take this on?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't worked on my spiel in a long time for Coast, but yeah, I'm ready to go. All right, so parents, yes, the Coast program is the Cutler Bay Ocean Academy of Science and Technology, and this program promotes student engagement and interaction with Florida's unique coastal environments and coastal settings. More so than that, this is a hands-on practical application in the elements type of program. If your child loves being outdoors, they love fishing, they love boating, kayaking, snorkeling, scuba, the whole nine, this is a program geared towards them. So we definitely want to highlight some of the amazing field trips. We have a great partnership with Deering Estate, which our students go typically 1 to 2 times a month. We also have a partnership with the University of Miami Erasmus program, where our students go shark tagging. We also have Marine Lab field trips, overnight field trips, SeaWorld sleepovers. I mean, this is a really cool hands-on magnet program. So I want to, just convey the excitement that I have over this program. It is very, very well worth it. But parents, I do want to remind you something. Again, this is an outside in the water type of program. Number one, if your child is not an outdoorsy person, this is probably not the program for them. I just wanted to be upfront with that. Also, number two, all students must pass a Red Cross level 2 swim test. So if your child does not know how to swim, this program might not be the best fit for your child. Not saying that they can't take swimming lessons and learn how to swim over the course, but until they pass that swim test, they cannot participate in our field trips and activities. So just keep that in the back of your mind, parents. This is a very, very cool program. Hands-on, get dirty, get muddy, get sweaty and stinky and smelly and all that wonderful, great stuff. But it is very, very cool and very, very exciting for the kids. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, was that good enough?
That was amazing, as always. Thank you, Mr. Valdez. You got to be ready to go. Okay, and one of the other programs that we have is the criminal justice and forensics. This exposes students to careers in the criminal justice field, police officer, attorney, judge, and they get exposed to a lot of different things. They do work closely with our school resource officer, and they have a club too for future police officers if they're interested in that field. And again, they learn forensics. They learn how to analyze situations at a deeper level, hence the forensic science part. So again, if you have a son or daughter that is interested in that area, we strongly encourage them to participate. And maybe, who knows, they will be a future police officer, attorney, or judge. Never know. Okay, some important dates to remember. August 23rd, first day of school. August 30th, this presentation will be shared again with all students at a student teacher level. So they're going to get this again, and they're going to get it reinforced by me or an administrator. And it's going to go through their science class. So the science teacher will put on the Promethean board this presentation, and we'll have that conversation. In case your son or daughter is not with you right now, they're going to hear exactly what you just heard. Okay. And August 30th is the first day of the attendance challenge. We're going to do something for every student that has perfect attendance from August the 30th to October 5th. They're going to get a grade level social a dance, free. We want to encourage the students to be in school every single day. So we're going to incentivize them to come to school every day. A lot of exciting things happening. September 1st, we will take our pictures. It is important that your child is in school that day because we're also taking pictures for student IDs. These student IDs will be your son or daughters to have, to wear. We're not requiring them to wear them now, but they will have an ID that they can use for a lot of different things in and around the community to show their students at Cutler Bay. And some of the businesses in the area do provide our students with perks. So please have them here. And also, we haven't had pictures in about a year. So it's an opportunity to get a professional picture taken of your son or daughter and purchased to support our school. September 13th, we start with our diagnostic testing. That is when we check to see exactly where your kids are academically. So it's a 2 to 3 week period. So we encourage you to please make sure your kids are present so they can take those very important diagnostics. October 5th, our attendance incentive, that's when we're going to have start putting our kids together and have dances. October 28th, we're hoping to have a Halloween social. And then November 23rd is our annual Turkey Bowl. Last year, due to the pandemic, we couldn't have it. We are hoping that things become more normal than in previous years, and we can have a Turkey Bowl this year as an attendance incentive. So those are just some basic days that we want you to be mindful. We do send home a calendar every month with our students. We're going to try and push it electronically this year to parents so you know what's going on. Okay, so they know what's happening and you know what's happening. Okay, and parents, we're very excited to have a free book bag giveaway today, right now. Village Church is setting up. They can't see you. They can't see you. They'll see you in a second. Pastor John Michael is here. Hold on, Pastor John. Let me show them what you look like. Can you guys see Pastor John?
Hey, how are you doing?
Okay, this is Pastor John, and again, he's blessed our school with 1,000 book bags. Every student at Cutler Bay can stop by today and pick up a free book bag, and it is stuffed with school supplies. So please make it a point to stop by today. Again, let me go back to my presentation. And you can see Pastor John and the church, they were using our cafeteria to have service here every Sunday. They're going to be back starting next Sunday at school. If you want to join them for service, please come by. They're always welcome. And go by the bus loop today until 2 o'clock to pick up a free backpack. So when you finish this, get your kid, jump in the car and swing by. And if you know friends and families who have kids at Cutler Bay, let them know that we are having this. Again, we are blessed and we want to thank Village Church for doing this. Okay, parent contact information. If you have a phone, you can scan it right now. It'll send you to a survey to give us your information. Parents, I can't stress enough how important it is for us to have your information. Please, please, please make sure that your information is updated. Everybody that's here actually does have their contact information because that's how we reached you. We don't have telephone numbers yet in our system, so we had to use social media in our elementary schools to help send messages. And if you didn't have your contact information up to date, there's no way that you could have received this. So please, if your contact information changes at any time of the year, please make sure that you update it at the school site because things happen. Things happen quickly. Things can happen overnight. Things can happen from Friday to Monday where we have to send a message. We have hurricanes, we have COVID, we have a lot of things. And I need to be able to contact you. And I do send Connect Eds on a weekly basis. I like to share data with the parents so you guys know how we're doing as a school. I like to send messages when we have a special event. I like to send messages when we've received accolades or something, just to keep you in the loop. And I need you to have your information up to date. So please, please, please make sure that your contact information is good to go. Follow us on social media, visit our webpage, visit our Instagram account. Okay, stay in touch, visit our Twitter, see what's going on. Social media, embrace it. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Your kids are on it. So it behooves you to be on it and be up to date and at pace with social media and everything that's happening. Okay, and I want to thank you very, very much for attending today. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to visit the chat and see what's going on. I will see there's a lot of questions here. So
yeah, Mr. Rodriguez, there was a
yes, sir.
question earlier in the presentation, and I did not want to interrupt you, but it does hold some weight. We have a parent who had a student in person last year, but does not want their child to come to in-person school this year, and was asking about the dual modality or the virtual, so on and so forth, and how they can make that switch. So I don't know if you would like to address that.
Yes. So because of the COVID situation last year, Miami-Dade was already working on a platform to allow students to attend home, like the Florida virtual program. But this is the Miami-Dade virtual schools program that already has a principal, already has teachers, already has assistant principals. They're going on. So if you choose, parents, to join the Miami-Dade virtual schools, you will be a student of Miami-Dade virtual schools. You will not be a student of Cutler Bay. This platform will have students from across Dade County that have chosen the virtual platform, and they will be students of Florida Virtual. You can go to the Miami-Dade County Public Schools website and you can register your child there. You pick your classes. I don't know what the process is, but I know that right now you have to register through them, and then they will let us know that you are joining them, and then they will take over your child's schedule. We are not offering a virtual program at Cutler Bay. There's no school in Dade County, public schools in Dade County, that has a dual choice. You're either physical or you are virtual. And that's how it is as of today. That may change. Again, we might go into pandemic mode again, and we have to pivot. And just like we did a year before, go from physical, 100% physical to 100% virtual. I doubt that that's going to happen again this year. As a matter of fact, I'll let you know something. We still have COVID. It's part of our life, so it hasn't gone away. There's been a lot of changes with COVID. One of the steps this year that a decision has been made, and we are moving towards for the time being, if a student tests positive for COVID, that student will be quarantined. We're no longer sending the entire class home for 14 days. We're not sending teachers home if they were exposed. Only the people that are positive for COVID will be quarantined. We still do contact tracing. We'll see who's in jeopardy. We'll let everybody know that somebody's tested positive, but only the students and or professionals and adults that have a positive test will be quarantining this year. I hope it answers my question. If not, to that parent that asked the question, you can email me directly afterwards, and I will get you the information, and I will give you the next steps to do that. Okay. Again, but studies have shown that schools are not vectors for the transmission of COVID. And again, we will be taking measures and following CDC guidelines. And again, our school last year was one of the healthiest schools in all of Dade County. So, but again, I respect 100% your choice to keep your child out. We all have different situations at home. We all have different reasons, and it is good to have a choice in the matter. Okay, other questions? The change in block schedule. Okay, so the change from block schedule, the schools vote for block schedules. It is a teacher vote. And the teachers at Cutler Bay like the fact that they're seeing their students on a daily basis, especially for classes like mathematics, where Our teachers feel it's important for it to be discussed every day, and they like to see their students every day. Some of our teachers feel that the block is too long and the students tune out and they lose interest in the subject matter. So to keep the students engaged, our teachers, our faculty as a whole feel that the straight 6 is the best fit for them and our students. That's why we go. Last year, it was mandatory for the schools to go block in the middle. This year, we revert back to the faculty vote, and our faculty, again, we voted in February, and the teachers chose that they wanted a straight 6 instead of the block. Okay, the schedules have been uploaded last week. We have 100% of our students scheduled. They will probably post next week sometime, probably a couple days, 5 or 6 days before schools open. Once the student goes into their portal, they'll see their schedule. And the most important class is that first period. The students need to know where they're going first period. Once they get to first, we will give them another copy of their schedules, and they will follow that. So the only thing you really need to know that's critical is what room they report to on the first day. And even then, we will have teachers on site, professionals on site with locators, reminding students where they go, because a student can know, 10 days before school starts where they're supposed to go. But I guarantee you, as soon as they set foot on school grounds, they will have forgotten where they were supposed to go. And if they do have an iPhone or a smartphone, they can access their portal on their iPhone and on their Samsung. So they have it at the palm of their hands, the information. But we will have, again, we'll have teachers here, professionals here with paper schedules to remind students where they go and direct students where they go. Remember, we have a lot of students, even 7th graders, that have never set foot at Cutler Bay because of the pandemic. So we understand that. We're well aware. So the first day, we're going to have everybody being ambassadors to our new kids and just welcoming our students back. So everybody's going to be on hand for that. PE uniforms, we will sell the PE uniforms here. For those parents that want to buy, they are not mandatory to purchase our school uniforms. However, our school uniforms are going to have the logos, and they're going to be nice, and they're going to be brand new. They're going to be black shorts with white t-shirts, and that's going to be across the board. And more information will be forthcoming. Hold off on purchasing uniforms. We want to make sure that you don't buy something that you don't need, okay? Because we were finalizing schedules, and some students that have chosen PE for this year, if they did not do well academically in previous years, they might have to take an intensive math or a reading class. And to take an intensive math or reading, obviously you have to lose an elective. So hold off on that. More information is forthcoming. Your child will know if they have PE and confirmed when they see their schedule. And even then, there might be a situation where we have to change the schedule. And again, more information forthcoming, but good questions, guys. Good questions. The colors for the grade levels, we don't do that. We allow the students for the polos. We don't pick colors. For the grade level team, the spirit shirts, they are colors because we want to identify our students when we take them out. Say, for example, we take our students to the youth fair. Okay, we know if we have a 7th grade student, they're going to be wearing a red shirt. So they're easier to spot, they're easier to keep track of, and they're easier to supervise. And when we go somewhere, we want our students to be identified. We want our students to be proud that they are representing Cutler Bay, and we remind them that they have a shirt that's representing Cutler Bay with the name on it. So if they do something that is not right, they will let one of the adults with the same shirt know, hey, listen, we saw one of your kids. And so that's the way we keep tabs on them for safety purposes and behavior purposes and just pride. Again, we want everybody to know we're from Cutler Bay. We know how to behave, and we're shining today. But for the polos, We don't want anybody making fun. Oh, you're a sixth grader, you're wearing a white shirt. No, we don't want to do that. We want our kids to wear whatever color they want, as long as it's school color. They can choose if they want to wear all black. If they want to wear the white polo with the khaki pants, whatever, different shirts. So they're not tied to a polo color for grade level. Mr. Valdez already asked the question. Yes, the polos, you can get whatever size you want.
And,
okay.
excuse me really quick, Mr. Rodriguez, regarding that
Yes.
comment, to the gentleman who asked for adult larger sizing, I just updated the website to allow for those larger sizes to be purchased. So for that gentleman who asked that question to me privately, yes, the site is good to go with the larger sizes.
And by the way, parents, there's no problem with you purchasing some polo shorts for yourselves and representing Cutler Bay in the community. I mean, you got to be proud of your school when your kid goes to school, and this is your school. Be proud and join us. Okay, so who's in charge of students with ADD? Okay, so believe it or not, folks, you would be surprised to know how many students in our school take some sort of medication for ADD, things like that. So it is not a small group. There's a lot of students at this age group that take the medication, but we do have Ms. Huggins, who is our program manager for students in special ed. And I'll let her say hello and introduce herself so you guys can see what she looks like. And Ms. Huggins was just going to join us today, and she did not expect to be on, but you look great, Ms. Huggins. Go ahead and take the mic and say hello.
Hi, I am Ms. Huggins. I am the program specialist at Cutler Bay. This is my third year being the program specialist here. So I oversee students with IEPs, 504s, gifted EPs. I kind of oversee all of that. At this point, I don't have access to your students' IEPs. They haven't been transferred over to me yet. However, starting the week of the 16th, I should have access to everyone's documents. So if you have a specific question about your child, please email me. I already got one of them. Please email me so that when I get access to your student's document, I will be able to follow up with you with the specific information based on your child.
Thank you so much, Ms. Huggins. Thank you. Okay, somebody asked about the criminal justice program, and I believe we have Ms. Rachel Williams here. Rachel, you want to say hi? Oh, she was.
Yes,
here.
sorry,
Okay.
I'm here. I had put my email in the chat there as well. But if you or your child is interested in anything criminal justice, you want to find out some more information, see if it's really for you. I've got some brochures and flyers, things that I can email over. We can talk one-on-one. I can let you know a little bit more about the program. And if you feel that it'd be a great fit, this will be my first year taking it over. So we'll be learning together. But we're going to have a lot of fun. I have a lot of cool activities set in motion already, and we'll see where the year takes us.
Thanks, Ms. Williams. Thank you. The backpack giveaway is at school today, by the way.